So I want to thank everybody for joining our fun Zoom today. We do this once a month and welcome anybody who wants to join us. So share our registration link when you see it. And so you can put in the chat any questions that are coming up for you, and then we'll be sure and check our chat before we end this call, but we'll have time for questions and answers as well. Our next fun Zoom, for your planning purposes, if you want to put it in your calendar, will be January 13th, 2024. My gosh, it's coming so fast. And so today, what we've got is Sandy Curtis, our women's health nurse practitioner, and we've got Marie Curtis, our naturopathic physician and nurse and midwife and farmer, to share with us lots of great compliant information about our oils. We have to stay compliant for the FDA. So starting us off will be Sandy Curtis.
All right.
Wardwell before. I'm sorry, Sandy Curtis.
Nope. You were right, but then you called Marie Curtis also. So Marie is Summers, and I'm Curtis.
Post colonoscopy. Okay.
Yes. Oh. Well, good morning, everybody. I know we really dove into this last month, but really, I know everybody is pretty much surrounded by the holidays everywhere we look. Decorations, gift giving. And I hope it's an enjoyable time for you and your loved ones and not really a source of stress. But remember that your oils and your supplements will support you and those that you love as you navigate through these busy days and nights. So don't forget your own self-care as you bustle around and think about everyone else on your list. And if you're not sure about what products will best support you, reach out to us because we're happy to help you with those answers. Now, and remember, when you're shopping for the perfect gifts, remember your doTERRA products can be a real blessing and a welcome gift to anybody on your list. From small gifts at just swap events at work or with friends, to stocking stuffers, and lots of super special self-care gifts of oils, spa items, and must-haves for your home. But first off, I want to talk about our December product of the month, which is Douglas fir. Now this one, remember, and I remind everybody every month about the product of the month, your loyalty order must be 125 PV and processed by the 15th of the month. So you have almost a week. That's next Friday. And if you meet both of those criteria, you're going to get this oil absolutely free, along with this sweet little ceramic tree ornament, which you can also use as a passive diffuser anywhere in your home. So it's kind of a double gift. I love the free ornaments that we get from doTERRA. You can put it on the tree. You can drip some of that Douglas fir right on it to keep your tree and your room smelling like a freshly cut tree all season long. And then once the holidays are over, I don't put this away with my ornaments. I hang it in a closet where I look around the house and find a closet that doesn't yet have a freshener in it because I've already got a bunch of them hanging around, or just hanging it in a room somewhere. I like to hang one right in my entryway of the house to remind myself that that's the first scent that people will get when they walk into my house. So hang it around, use it all season long, and drip your oils on it and use it as a passive diffuser. Now, Douglas fir, it's one of those forest aromas that I am so in love with, and you hear that from me a lot. I love the wood scents. Douglas fir is a tree that grows natively here in North America. It's often used in our Christmas tree industry, and it has kind of a lemon scented note to its aroma that is so sweet and refreshing. And this isn't my first time that I've taught about Douglas fir. In one of our previous years, I taught about this as well. And I remember learning then that it's sustainably sourced from young trees in New Zealand, where Douglas fir is a highly invasive species that threatens that country's ecosystem, something I found so interesting. So by harvesting those young trees, doTERRA is helping to combat the impact of those trees overtaking the land while they're providing us with a premium evergreen essential oil. So it's really a win-win all around. It has a unique chemical composition. It is rich in beta-pinene, so its emotional effect is to really create a positive and inspiring surrounding. And it's also rich in alpha-pinene, which can be great for cleansing skin. So add a drop to your favorite facial cleanser, bar of soap, body wash to really boost your cleansing benefits. So remember, as you are prepping for your family and friends gatherings this month, that blending Douglas fir with a citrus oil in your diffuser will create an uplifting environment while it's refreshing the air. And aromas are so powerful. By adding that extra layer of joy to everything that you're doing and to your celebration. So remember that you've got almost a week. Get your loyalty order sent by Friday, 125 PV. You'll get this and this free. Now I'm going to move on to another woods oil. We'll shift gears but it's also another promo this month. For 10% off, we can get black spruce oil, another one of the 5 ml size bottles. Black spruce is steam distilled from the needles and the branches of the Picea mariana tree. Now, this was used by Native Americans for years to promote skin health, and it's another perfect addition to your cleansing skincare routine. It has high amounts of a chemical constituent called bornyl acetate, which really provides a calming aroma. Now, there's a reason why doTERRA has this oil in our balanced grounding blend, because it is very calming and very grounding. You can diffuse it or apply it to the back of your neck throughout the day for a super relaxing sensation. Apply it to the chest to promote feelings of clear airways and easy breathing. And believe me, I'm sure you know this as well. So many people are challenged right now with respiratory issues, and this is a great addition to your home to help combat this. Black spruce has a cooling and a soothing sensation when you apply it topically, so dilute it with your fractionated coconut oil or your favorite carrier oil and massage it into your skin or your tired muscles for a comforting massage. You can add a few drops to a warm bath or to your favorite bath salts recipe as a gift for someone special this month. Or simply gift it to yourself through all of the busyness of this season. Applying it to the skin will help soothe minor skin irritations as well. So there is a lot of value in this oil, not to mention that beautiful woods aroma when you diffuse it. It has a slightly sweeter scent than some of the other fir oils. And with this month's 10% off promo and your wholesale pricing, it's really affordable at under $19 for that bottle. Now, for a simple DIY, I decided to add Douglas fir scent to your holidays, and I am making a Douglas fir foaming hand soap to help keep everyone's hands clean through the holidays. So what you're going to want is whatever your favorite foaming soap pump container is, and we certainly have gotten a few of them from doTERRA over the years. I really love this amber colored plastic one. You'll need a couple tablespoons, so 2 tablespoons of your favorite unscented liquid Castile soap, and then 1 tablespoon of your fractionated coconut oil, and 10 drops of your Douglas fir oil, and some water. So you simply take your cap off, pour that 2 tablespoons of Castile soap and your fractionated coconut oil in your container, add your Douglas fir oil, so 10 drops of that, and then slowly add water and make sure that you're leaving room, because these foaming pump things actually take up a little bit of space. So don't fill all the way up. You're going to fill most of the way up. And then just put your cover on and shake it, and you are good to go. And you've got the most fabulous woodsy scented hand wash, which is going to do a great job cleansing as well. Now, I wanted to take a minute also just to talk about how easy it is to get the benefits of our oils every day. And remember that using your loyalty order to help make your gift giving easy and meaningful for all your recipients is a win-win. So remember to check out, as you're putting your order together, the accessories page to see what might help you to make that perfect DIY list for gift for somebody on your list. Remember, there you can get little spray bottles right on that accessories page to make body sprays, linen sprays, any of those things. You can get roller bottles, so a package of 6 of those, so that anybody can become their own mixologist and start making up their own favorite blends. And I've shown this before. This is my favorite pump. This is also available on your accessories page, and it's a fine mist, so it makes a beautiful room sprayer. Dryer balls. You can get these, and these are right, if you look on the under the abode line on your page, you're going to find 100% wool dryer balls, and just give that with a bottle of oil for anybody who has the laundry chores in their home. For $12, it makes another super affordable gift, and you're not fighting the store crowds. And I have looked around in the stores and I didn't find them any less expensive anywhere else. And why not buy them from your own loyalty order? Stocking stuffers. Everybody needs toothpaste, and now you've got 2 to choose from. You've got the new Supermint and our On Guard toothpaste. Several people are getting these in their stockings from me. Last time I was at the craft store, I picked up some of these cute little ceramic ornaments and terracotta ornaments, very inexpensive. You can gift one of these with a bottle of oil for someone to make their own closet fresheners or room fresheners. So don't forget your loyalty order when you're thinking about your gift giving list. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. There is so much more. So be creative, use your imagination. I wish you all peace and joy as you celebrate with your loved ones this season. So now I'm going to pass you over to Dr. Marie for more.
Sandy, thank you so much. That was fabulous as usual. And I love all those fir trees. So grounding. Their smells are like just delicious. Well, I have the honor and privilege of being with you all today and talking about one of my absolutely favorite essential oils, which is frankincense. And I know many of us have always heard of it called like the king of oils, because frankincense is so powerful. And that saying, when in doubt, frank it out. Last weekend when we had the open house here, one of our vendors had some anxiety. And she said, Marie, do you just happen to have any frankincense? Because if I put it on the roof of my mouth, I know it will take care of me. I said, absolutely. So it's nice to hear that people know just so many. That was a mental and physical benefit of frankincense right there. But so when in doubt, frank it out. So it's been used for thousands of years for religious followers as well as for worship, spiritual meditation practices and things like that. And it appears in the Bible 17 times. And frankincense is mentioned. The word frankincense is 17 times. I want to make sure I get my stats right. But it's overall mentioned 113 times. As well as myrrh and some other spices. Last year, I did a class on essential oils in the Bible and frankincense. How they used it and everything was just beautiful. It comes from a small shrub or tree with abundant pinnate leaves, and they're white to pale pink flowers. And it yields this natural oleo gum resin that's collected. And they make this incision in the bark, and I saw it in a number of places, and they call this resin frankincense tears, which I thought was interesting. But it's collected and it's made through steam distillation. And we have to remember that a frankincense that's bought at one of your like general stores is not going to be the same as doTERRA's. doTERRA tests over 40 times their oils. And I think Roxanne had told me 53 at one time, but I know it's 40 times that they're checking for purity and everything before they even get to us. So we know that we're getting the best quality frankincense. And again, Sandy, you had mentioned too, just how they're so responsive to their harvesting of these oils and that they're not oversourcing. I really respect that about doTERRA a lot. So it's one of the most prized and precious essential oils, and it has tremendous health benefits. It's been known for chronic stress, anxiety, like I mentioned, for that young woman, reducing pain, inflammation. The sesquiterpenes in frankincense enables it to go beyond, and there's lots of studies, the blood-brain barrier because of the molecular size. And it's been known to increase the activity of leukocytes, which helps for infection. So, as Sandy had mentioned respiratory illnesses and things like that. So think about increasing some of those to help these little things that we end up with during some of these seasons that we might come upon. But we wonder if the Magi's of the East, and I think about this, did they know, like we know because of the research today, just the healing properties of this oil, and when they gave it to Jesus? In the research I had done, they didn't give it to him because it was such an expensive gift. They gave it to him for longevity of life, which I think is just great. So there's many different ways that you can use the frankincense. What I like to do is every day I just put a couple drops right under my tongue, very simple. And you get used to the taste of it. I don't mind the taste at all now. At first I was like, oh my goodness. But then I thought, okay, I know how much healing is going to every cell in my body right now. So I don't care how bad that tastes, because it's going to go away in a few minutes and I can just feel my cells get happy, So it's worth it for that. Now, I tried to find, and maybe one of my colleagues here knows, but Dr. Hill at one time had said for daily wellness, he adds frankincense, copaiba, and turmeric in a capsule. And I tried to find exactly how many drops per each. But that's going to be kind of my little research project. But I remember a number of times Dr. Hill talking about that. Frankincense has also, there's been many studies shown to induce breast cancer cell death. There's been lots of evidence for that. And also, I've had a number of clients over the years that have had some skin issues, and they've used the frankincense touch, another way to get frankincense into our lives, in the roller bottle, and have rubbed it on certain areas. And 3 months later, some other doctors have seen the results of this and just can't believe the benefit of it. So whether we're taking it internally because we can't see that benefit, even though we feel it, when I've seen these results from the roller touch on certain areas, it's just, and I have pictures too, because I take pictures of different clients' things. Magnificent. So we know that. Also, it's been known to help gingivitis along with myrrh. So that's another one that you can put in your mouth at night. So another thing that I love about the frankincense, and Sandy talked about it with her furs, it's very grounding. I love that effect of it. So on the emotional level, it's, if you're feeling scattered or anything like that, frankincense would be a great one to just put under your tongue. And a lot of people do like it just on the roof of their mouth. So when I looked, and I was so happy to see Nicole here today, because she's always into the, I love to tease her and say she's into the woo-woo stuff, but she loves the emotional side of things too. And when I looked it up, so for me, Christmas has just beautiful memories, but for some people it might not. So knowing that our oils are so tested and we can trust them, we have looked into the emotional properties, and the positive properties is enlightened, loved, protected, wisdom, discerning, spiritual, open, and connected to the Father. And then if I bring that into Christmas, connecting to the Father for the baby Jesus, that just like makes this Catholic heart so happy, you know? So I think, you know, when we look at that spiritual awakening, that love of divine, and it shields the body from negative influences. And this is all in the emotions book. I'm sure you've all seen this emotions book. I encourage everyone to take it out and read about that. And then also some of the other physical benefits. Nicole grabbed her book earlier that I had given her. Don't forget to use these books because it talks so much about the chemical constituents of it, as well as the ways that you can use these oils, whether it be frankincense or any of the other ones, whether it's in cooking or making different things. I could go on and on about frankincense, but I have a couple things I have to talk about too. So my DIY today is going to be a sugar scrub. Now I put the no, I'm doing salt actually. You can do salt or sugar scrubs. I decided to do salt because of the healing properties and the drawing properties of salt, which I happen to like a little bit better. I went to a salt cave recently with some of my girls. It was hysterical. We had so much fun. So this DIY is 1 cup of pink Himalayan salt. Now, make sure when you're buying salt too, I've been doing some research on pink Himalayan, and a lot of the companies are adding fragrance and not clean colors to salts. So make sure you're buying, if you're buying a pink Himalayan salt, that it's a real pink Himalayan salt and it's just not a dye to make it pink, okay? So we've got 1 cup of pink Himalayan salt in here. We have 1 cup of our, of course, fabulous doTERRA fractionated coconut oil, and we're just going to mix it up in there, okay? And we just move it around a little bit. Sandy, you're so good at doing this when you do there, okay. So that's a little bit better. All right, so you just mix it up really good. Now I am going to add between 8 and 12 drops of our frankincense into this scrub. Oh, frankincense. I gave away my other one. Here's the frankincense. So, all right, I'll add some more to that just for the sake of time after. And I am going to add grapefruit to this as well. Grapefruit has beautiful properties. And I'm going to refer back to the essential oil book because I want everybody to be learning and studying all the time too. So we're going to put 8 to 12 in there. And we're just going to mix it all up really, really good. And I have this little jar here. It's just a ball jar with a wide mouth because then it's easy just to scoop your hand in and get it out. So I'm going to fill it in there after because I have to mix it up really good. Or look at these darling little things you can get at Hobby Lobby. They're like the little balls and these tops come off. You can just take your pink Himalayan salt and Epsom salts, add your frankincense to the Epsom salts first, then fill your little ball. And if you need a quick little gift, what a relaxing, soothing, self-care kind of gift to give to some of your friends or somebody. And I picked M for Mary, which is great. So that's just a really good thing. And everybody loves a salt scrub. It's so exfoliating and good for your skin. So I hope everybody's good with that. And I wanted to quickly just talk about, I had somebody come over the other day who wasn't using her site well. She's ordering vitamins every month and Terrazyme and PB Assist, and she didn't know to customize her lifelong vitalities. And I said, you can get 3 products a month at a decreased rate if you just add it and customize it. So we have to make sure that everybody knows how to use their site. And then I said, and this month, if you have a 200 PV, you get a free frankincense. Now, who wouldn't want that for all the benefits, right? So we went through, okay, what else do you need? Phytoestrogens. She's got littles. I said, do you have the roller balls in your house to make the flute? Frankincense, lemon, oregano, on guard, and tea tree. She didn't. So we went right in. She got her roller balls. Thank you, Sandy, for talking about those little things and the accessories. It was so easy to get her to 200 PV. We actually got to 207, all the things that she needed, and now she's getting a free frankincense. So she was like ecstatic, and I was too, because now, you know, her littles will have the flute roller bottle. She's got her phytoestrogens, everything else she needed, and she got a discount. I'm always trying to help people save money, you know, and stay well. So just look in all the gifts that we can buy people. Sandy, I will have to say though, the dryer balls, you can also support a local business that makes her own dryer balls fresh from the farm here. They're not as affordable as the ones made in Nepal, but I'm sure they're just as good. So thank you, everybody. God bless you. Merry Christmas. I hope you make these salt scrubs that are just so divine for your body and that you just all love on yourselves. And now I'm going to turn you over to our fabulous Roxanne Wheeler.
Thank you so much, Marie. Thank you so much, Sandy. As always, I am inspired, and we'll definitely be making some of that hand soap. That sounds yummy. So what am I talking about today? I've got something to share that you might want to put down somewhere where it will help you for the future, but I've got to share with you my colonoscopy experience this week, because I learned a lot and it was a miserable time, and I don't like other people to be miserable the way I was. So to start off, a friend, after I had started my prep, which was Wednesday, the last thing I ate was Wednesday at 10:30 in the morning. And so I started my clear liquids and started my Miralax, used my Dulcolax. And by the next day, when I was supposed to go for the colonoscopy at 3:30, I was not clear by 12. And I called them up and she says, well, we can't have you come in today. We've got to have you double the Miralax and double the Dulcolax. And in fact, I ended up doing 2.5 times as much as normal in the end to go in yesterday afternoon. So by now, of course, I'm feeling a little bit lightheaded and all that stuff. So I get in there, and a friend of mine before I left had said, geez, you should have done clear liquids the whole day before you started the prep, which that would have been nice to know before the prep. So that would be a recommendation I would endorse, drinking a lot of clear liquids the day before you even start. Then I also would recommend using Balance Oil Blend. And this is all to support this procedure that pretty much all of us go through. Use the Balance Oil Blend on your arm where you think they're going to stick you for an IV, because that will literally help the blood flow easier. Because they ended up having to stick me twice in the arm with no luck, and then they stuck me in the hand, which was extremely, extremely painful. And I've had many IVs before. This was the worst. So I was laying there going, I wish I had my balance with me. You want to stay calm, obviously, throughout the process, because calmness builds our immunity, and God knows what we're exposed to in these situations. So use whatever calming oils work best for you. You want to use peppermint under your nose for the anesthesia, which I'm not sure if I didn't use enough or if it was the overloading of the Miralax. Because when I got done, I was going to get dressed and I was dripping a lot of blood over about a 2-foot area near my gurney, all over the floor, all over the chair, and soaked the gauze completely. And so I don't know why that happened. But anyway, I got dressed. I'm still not feeling that great. And I get home and I had to lay down for an hour before I could even think about putting anything into my mouth. So then I did that. Then I literally tried to eat, and it wouldn't stay in my body either end. I mean, it was a nasty nightmare. And so I then went to bed for the night, basically for about 12 hours. I'm starting to feel better, but I'm pretty sure I'm still pretty dehydrated. And I had a little bit to eat this morning. I'm feeling a little bit better. I've just applied ginger to my belly, per Dr. Marie. And I've been rubbing Zendocrine and fractionated coconut oil all over my liver since the middle of my prep. Hopefully that will detox anything that I needed to put in me or they put in me for the procedure. And actually, I'm a little raw down there at the anus. So I've been putting a little helichrysum for the pain there. So I'm also taking lemon in my water to try and clear things out of my body. But all those things would definitely help somebody going through colonoscopy. So feel free to share that to anybody that you know who could benefit from that. So while I was doing my prep, I was thinking, I want something tasty in my mouth. They did allow me to use the beadlets. They said, go ahead, chew gum, have beadlets to have something fresh in your mouth. And I was thinking chai tea might be a tasty thing. And so I had read how to make that, but unfortunately it used milk, so I couldn't use that. But a DIY chai tea would be a cup of water, no, a cup and a half of water, 12 ounces of water, 2 bags of black tea, 12 ounces of milk or a milk substitute, 1 drop of cardamom, 1 drop of cinnamon, 1 drop of black pepper, and 2 drops of wild orange, and your sweetener of choice. So you're going to boil your water, steep your tea bags, allow that for about 3 to 4 minutes. And in a separate pan, you're going to warm your milk over medium heat. If you have milk frother, use that at the time to create some foam. Otherwise, pour the warm milk into the steeped tea, add your essential oils at the end with your sweetener, and blend it all well. So that would be an essential oil chai tea. Now, for those people, and I've heard about this from more than one person this week. So if a person is having loose or erratic BMs, I'm sorry, this is a toilet talk, but we all do it, right? You want to try a veggie cap with 3 drops of frankincense and 4 drops of peppermint each day to support your gut. And I heard about this on the medical doTERRA website. So a lot of people, including herself, have had terrific results from using that once a day capsule. And I think they saw a huge difference within 2 to 3 weeks. And then after a year of doing it, they say they hardly ever have any episodes. So I think that's a pretty good testimony for that particular issue. And those of us who are needing a good gift still, the shea butter, I want to remind, I know I taught this on a previous Zoom, but the shea butter collection contains 1 unscented balm and 3 balms infused with our own CPTG essential oils. The yuzu and magnolia one is relaxing and balancing, and these 4 come in a little box, in a nice box for gifting. The helichrysum and rose combination is restoring and rejuvenating. And the blue tansy, neroli, and yarrow combination are soothing and renewing. Think of all the benefits of each of those oils if you got somebody this particular gift. I mean, certainly they do more than those few things I just mentioned. And so that's something you look up in a resource, either the Essential Life app for your phone, which is $4.99 for me, but maybe it's because I'm grandfathered. Somebody else went in to get it and said it was like $7.99, but that's per year and they update it constantly. So if anybody knows the accurate annual fee, please share that with us. So keeping this for yourself or gifting the shea butter collection, please know that $10 for each of those will support the doTERRA Healing Hands Foundation, which empowers people and communities worldwide to be healthy, safe, and self-reliant. The Neo wood and Iliahi, which is Hawaiian sandalwood, featured in Malama, are sourced at the Kealakekua Mountain Reserve in Hawaii, which is a doTERRA co-impact sourcing partner and home to the largest reforestation effort in Hawaii's history. And so the Malama Nurturing Blend, which I believe the hand cream had sold out by 50%, I believe yesterday morning. So if you want that Malama hand cream, it is a wonderful, wonderful tube, a fairly sizable tube. And I love how thick and creamy and moisturizing that Malama Nurturing Blend is. So it's intensely nourishing and deeply moisturizing. It absorbs quickly and can be applied to the hands and body after showering, before bed, or anytime your skin needs a little extra care. And this convenient tube is sturdy enough that you can easily put it in your backpack, your gym bag, or in carry-on suitcases. So, and it's under 3 ounces, so you won't get dinged at the security. It's $14.50 for a 2.5 ounce tube. Another cute thing for Christmas is this baking spice cuisine blend, which is still available. And in it, inside the box, if I can open it, are these gorgeous little stainless steel cookie cutters, one in the shape of a bottle and one in the shape of a drop. And the baking spice blend comes with it. And what a neat kind of activity for you to do with your littles, to bake some cookies using that 100% pure. Whoops. Stop. I dropped my phone there for a second. The holiday baking set adds a touch of whimsy to your festivities by creating these fun looking cookies. And the cookies will be available when your neighbors stop by for holiday celebrations, to give as gifts, or just for fun. It makes a great little stocking stuffer, and that is $19.50 wholesale. Another great thing for Christmas gift giving, especially for stocking stuffers, would be the shampoo and conditioner bars. They're very handy, concentrated shampoo and conditioner. And so those are great gifts for neighbors or for service providers that you want to give a little gift to, like your hairdresser, cleaning people, whatever. Now, pets and oils. This is another time of year when we start to be concerned about our pets. Maybe they aren't doing well, generally speaking, or maybe they're just too rambunctious and get into things they shouldn't get into. When we're diffusing our oils, we want to limit diffusion to 4 to 6 drops total in a water-based diffuser on intermittent setting when the animals will be around. You want to keep it where the pet cannot knock over the diffuser, and be sure your pet can leave the area at any time. Canine infectious respiratory disease is rampant right now, but it is not a new disease. And this all comes from Dr. Janet Roark, the essential oil vet, who's also on the doTERRA veterinary board that they use for advice and reviews and everything. So this version of the disease is now making the news, and it hasn't been isolated yet for its exact cause, but generally there's about 9 different pathogens that can cause that for our dogs. So using caution with possibly exposing your dog is very smart, meaning limiting going to doggy daycare, dog parks, pet stores, groomers, or even high volume veterinary practices. Clean your dog toys and avoid communal water bowls where they might be available. Avoid play dates with unknown dogs and keep your dog home if it is sick. You can also put a drop of On Guard into their wet food twice a day, diffuse on guard and breathe, or Airex to keep the air clean. You want to avoid panicking and rushing your dog off to the vet over a small cough, because vets now are kind of getting a little overrun with people rushing in for little small things that didn't really need a veterinary visit. So you want to be careful about that. And maybe before going in, you just want to discuss it with them over the phone to see if it really is warranted. And I think Marie alluded to the fact that the holidays might be difficult for many people for many reasons. I know myself, when I was first getting divorced, that was the worst Christmas ever. And I can think back clearly to those feelings of feeling alone, rejected, feeling like I'd never have a normal Christmas again. And many people will feel those feelings after any kind of significant loss, whether it's losing their job, losing a pet, even feeling the universal anxiety of the shootings in Lewiston, or hearing the latest tragedy on the news, which of course a lot of times people are fixated on the news because that's how you are aware of things, but sometimes over listening to the news might be a bad thing already if you are dealing with a loss and the grief that loss is causing. A lot of people will want to withdraw and not be around other people when they're feeling bad, but probably one of the best things they can do is use some supportive oils. And I know that our emotional aromatherapy oils, especially the roller bottles of cheer, forgive, console, passion, peace, and what's the sixth one? I can't remember the sixth one, but in motivate, yes, motivate. Any of those oils can be especially helpful for people who are going through loss. So that's even a great gift. Now that's a sizable gift. If you're getting the whole kit, it's $100 investment for those 6 rollers, but it does save you money over buying each of the individual rollers. So I would advise that myself for anybody who is dealing with a tough holiday season, because the holidays can trigger past trauma as well as remind us of our ideal life has been changed forever. So what I'd like to do now is I'm going to stop the recording, and I'm going to just remind you that our next Fun Zoom will be January 13th. And I want to make sure everybody stays well and has some joy through the holidays, even if it's not completely joyful. Seize whatever little joyful moments you can and savor them. And so let me see what we've got in our chat. We've got several comments in the chat here. So I'm going to stop the recording, however, just so that we can be non-compliant.